Okay, so let's dive in. It's June 3rd, 2025.
Hard to believe it's been a year.
It really is. And this date marks 1 year since that digital earthquake. What the sources we looked at call the Great Insta Blackout.
Yeah, the day Instagram didn't just, go offline for a bit.
No, it completely vanished, wiped clean.
Exactly. And the materials we reviewed, they frame it really starkly. This wasn't just losing an app.
Right.
It was like the implosion of this whole digital universe built around it. The pictures, the DMs, whole businesses.
Identities even. Gone overnight.
And that's our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To really unpack the immediate shockwaves from that day, and then look at where we are now, 1 year later, based on all that material. That first day, June 3rd, 2024, the sources paint a picture of just, utter chaos.
Oh, absolutely. Digital Armageddon was one phrase used. You have to imagine, right? All those carefully curated feeds, that constant visual stream.
It's gone in a blink. And for a whole generation, it was apparently like losing a limb, almost. A fundamental way they connected and saw the world.
And the creators, the businesses.
Devastated. We saw reports of influencers, huge ones. Their entire career just evaporated. Small shops using it as their main, sometimes only, storefront, just cut off.
Which leads to that information void you mentioned earlier. Stories were the pulse for so many people.
Precisely. That instant curated flow of what's happening right now just stopped. And, misinformation just exploded elsewhere.
Where? Like Twitter X, WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter X, places people maybe hadn't used as much recently. But with Instagram's sort of visual filter gone, trust just plummeted.
That whole idea of Instagram reality.
It shattered, according to the sources. People felt completely adrift, suddenly questioning what was even real online.
And beyond the screens, the human cost. The psychological impact sounds staggering.
Yeah, unprecedented is the word the research uses. A huge immediate spike in anxiety, depression. They even coined terms like digital bereavement.
Bereavement.
Yeah, because it wasn't just missing the app, it was like mourning lost connections, memories stored there, shared moments, and that constant drip of validation from likes, comments, suddenly turned off.
That must have been jarring.
Massively. And that classic FOMO, fear of missing out, it twisted into something darker. The sources called it the terror of being cut off.
Terror. That's strong.
It describes this desperate panic of being totally isolated, disconnected from, everything and everyone. There were even mentions of offline support groups popping up just for people to cope.
Incredible. And then there's the money side. The economic crash.
Catastrophic. That word came up again and again. Think about the industries built on that ecosystem.
Fashion, beauty, travel.
Food bloggers.
Exactly. Their whole marketing and sales model just decimated. Billions in ads, sponsored posts, gone. But it really hit the small guys too, Artists, local cafes, craftspeople.
The ones relying on it for actual sale.
Yeah. Many were just ruined, according to the reports. So that was the immediate firestorm. Fast forward to now, June 2025. What does the digital world look like? How did things sort of resettle?
Well, there was this mad scramble, right? People flooded onto TikTok, Pinterest. Some even went back to older platforms.
But nothing quite filled the gap.
That's what the sources suggest. None of them had that specific Instagram magic, that blend of polished visuals, the casual stories, the DMs, and the built-in shopping features. It was a unique mix.
So the creator economy took a massive hit.
It essentially died and had to be reborn, but much more fragmented, spread out. A lot of influencers just couldn't replicate their audience or engagement elsewhere. They just vanished.
So today's digital space is fundamentally altered then.
Scarred is a good word. Definitely different. The visual internet isn't dominated by one giant like it was. There's this lingering awareness now, a painful one, of how fragile these platforms are.
You mean how much we rely on them?
Exactly. Though some reports did suggest a positive side effect for some, like the shock pushed them away from chasing online perfection, maybe towards valuing real-world stuff more. But you still see echoes, right? People trying to recreate that Insta aesthetic elsewhere, waves of nostalgia. The ghost is still there.
So when you boil down all the material, the main takeaway seems pretty clear.
Yeah, it wasn't just a tech blip. It was a huge cultural psychological event. It forced this mass confrontation with our digital habits, our dependency, maybe our vanity, how much we'd outsourced our connections and even identity to this one platform. We're still processing it, I think.
Absolutely. And stepping back, this whole Insta Blackout saga, it really throws the true cost of our digital dependencies into sharp relief, doesn't it?
It really does. And it leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty stark question, I think. Based on everything we've seen about what happened when Instagram vanished, if a platform you depend on just disappeared tonight, could be Insta, could be something else entirely, what part of your world, your life, would genuinely break? What does this whole episode tell us about our own digital lifelines?
Definitely something to chew on.